Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. Welcome to the episode. I am one of your hosts, Mike, and as you could tell, we only have the sex appeal here because we're in all three 1080p.
Yeah.
So we got rid of everybody else because we can only have the sex appeal here.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey Anthony, hey, how you doing?
What's up, Mike? Doing well, man. How are you?
Working a lot.
Are you?
Yeah.
Same, dude.
I haven't seen the
Same.
outside since Monday.
How is that normal from usual? How's
Well,
that
I
different
used to
from
work
normal?
outside, and then I got a new job, and now I only live in my basement. So I'm back to COVID time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I cannot imagine what that smells like.
Yeah. Hey, Colin. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
The same answer as what Anthony asked me.
Oh, nothing changed?
No.
Fuck.
You tell me nothing changed in the past 3 seconds that you asked?
No,
You're
except
not
that I'm
being-
realizing I forgot to get a root beer before this. So.
You're not being very proactive. Go get yourself a root beer.
Yeah, I think Colin and I could hold down the fort for a couple minutes.
I don't know.
I think so.
No,
That's why you guys can't have a record an episode without me.
Are you sure? Because
I think we could.
Totally could.
I think we totally could.
No.
You're not putting a lot of faith. Mike, I set this up.
Yeah.
I think I can
But I've
do
also
this.
been the one to have to wrangle these cats every week.
Yeah,
It's called
well,
herding.
You know, yeah. Well, herding. Yeah, I
No,
guess it is
wrangling's
herding.
harder.
Wrangling is harder. I see Mike
And-
come out with like the dog poacher thing, where he it's like the big stick with like the garrote wire around it, and he just like takes Sage and just puts her into that room and leaves her there until the next recording session.
Well, the
It's crazy.
real difficulty here is you're using tools meant for a dog on cats.
Yeah.
They could just wiggle.
That's
right
why
out.
Cat's
That's
not
the
here.
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Took me a minute. I just got that.
I was just like,
I
oh,
was like,
I-
wait a minute.
I was just like, I can tee this the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
So-
also I don't want to miss an episode because I'm part of the one half that started this whole fucking idea.
Sure are.
Hey, what's up?
Sure
What's
are.
up?
Yeah, I think honestly, now that I think about it, I think you and Colin have been. I don't think you both have missed an episode yet.
Neither
right?
of us has.
Neither of
Well,
us have
one,
missed
it's
an
his house.
Yeah.
And B,
Well, yeah, but
I literally wrangle
Eh.
it, so I kind of make sure that I have to be here.
That's true.
Here's the thing, though. We could totally do it with an episode without you, but now it's just a challenge. Who can't do it on first?
Well, you see, I just reschedule it if I can't work the Thursday.
that is true. He does reschedule.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, just walk into my house. My parents are cool.
Yeah, I
Gio's
mean,
nice.
For you,
Your mom and dad, you want to be on an anime podcast real quick?
for you not to be here, you just have to like not be in the state, I guess.
That is
But
true,
also,
yeah.
like, we would just record prior, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
would
that-
we would
it's that
reschedule
easy.
the day.
Yeah, like,
Wait,
we-
don't
at that
tell them the
point.
trade secrets. Don't tell them the trade secrets.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
haven't done
right.
that yet. We haven't doubled up.
Doubled up.
Oh,
we
like
haven't
2 in a
doubled
week.
up on, yeah, like 2 in a week.
Oh yeah, no,
we
we
have-
haven't
we
done
just-
that
we've
yet.
just
Well, we've never felt the
rescheduled-
need to.
Yeah,
we
we just
do.
rescheduled earlier or
Yeah.
later in the week.
We
Exactly.
talked about it.
We have talked about
Yeah,
it.
but we've
At some
we've
point it
been
might
we've
happen.
managed to pull it off each week.
Well, I mean, just think about with everybody's schedule and stuff. It's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
Cat works overtime all the time. I sometimes work really late.
I-
You get out at
yeah, I was
7 now,
switching
like-
jobs,
yeah.
and I have
Colin's got
my
his
other
thing in
4.
another state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's, I don't
So I mean, it's bound to happen at some point.
get home
at
until
some point.
7:30 now. So
I'm always home, but I don't finish work till 7.
Do they monitor you? Do
No,
they have like a?
nope,
They don't.
nope.
You could just
I
leave.
could be doing
I was
anything.
about to say you could just like
I mean,
leave.
the person that literally hired me was like, "Look, as long as you get the work done, it doesn't really matter what time frame you get it done.
as long as it's between 9
right,
and 7.
like
Yeah.
she was like, if you have to like go do something, right, like, and you don't work till like 7, she's like, I mean, did you get the work done? And like, hey, you get home way later, or like you start earlier in the morning, whatever.
But I feel like I feel like that's not advantageous for you, right? Because don't you get paid hour? You're not salaried, right?
No, I'm paid hourly.
Yeah. So like, what if you get all your work done in the middle of the day? Like, you just don't get the money, right?
No, as far as they're concerned, I'm working.
No, but I'm saying like if. Well, oh yeah, I guess you could just clock out whenever, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not an asshole, but like, yeah, but like, I mean, I'm gonna be like, because today, right, I finished one of my tasks, like the task I've been working on since Monday.
Yeah.
So we record this on Thursdays, people.
trade secrets.
Yeah, so I've been working on this one thing since Monday. I started at 10, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, and
You
I
go
sat,
10 to
yeah,
7.
Yeah. I sat down on my computer and was like, I still don't know what I'm doing. And then I got an email at 10:05, and this person, the lady that like did the interview for me, she was like, oh, here's this person's email, and then that person emailed me, and they were like, okay, I'll call you at 10:30 to let you know what you're doing. And I was like, okay. So I just kind of sat at my computer on my phone for like 25 minutes.
Was that day 1 for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like, I was getting there at like day 4 of my new job.
Oh no, like day 1 they were like, all right, cool. We're gonna like face talk, like, you know, they fucking called me on it wasn't Slack, Microsoft Teams.
Oh yeah, we're on.
yeah,
We're moving to that too.
We're on
Yeah.
Teams too.
We have
So-
Slack and that.
I don't. We don't have Slack. We have Teams.
I've never used Slack. I've never even seen
Slack.
Slack.
I use Slack for my old job. It sucks.
But
I
like,
hate Slack.
yeah, so Microsoft Teams, like voice call, I couldn't get my camera to work. I felt really bad. It should have worked. I don't know why it wasn't. I got it to work after we fucking hung up because I wasn't gonna fuck with it while we were doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Because the my camera's USB is behind my PC, so I would
Oh,
have
so
to like
you gotta
crawl
like
under
freaking
there.
Yeah.
lime over it. Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna do that.
No.
So anyway, yeah, she's like, all right, so I'm gonna share my screen. This is basically what we're doing. Hey, you see all these things? I'm not gonna go into specifics. See all these things? Yeah. We just need you to take all of those things, find all the paperwork that's connected to them, put them in a Google Sheets account, a document, and just make sure that all of these things have the documents with them. And it's like, okay, cool. So I've been doing that since Monday, going through like all these things and being like, all right. So then like mid into my day today, I was like, hey, I finished it finally. And she's like, cool. Okay, so you're going to do basically the same thing, but now with a different document. And I was like, okay, cool. So I just made like a new tab on the fucking document sheet.
So you work post-production, right?
Yeah.
Have you done any post-production yet?
Well, I mean, they hired me as a PA.
yeah.
I'm a post-production PA.
Right.
So like realistically, like when I did the interview, like when I was talking to the lady, she was like, normally this is purely a post supervisor's job is what we're having you do.
Right.
But most post supervisors if they can't get to all of it at the same time, they get a post PA. So you're just doing the work I can't get to.
Oh, you're
All
her
right.
PA.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm the post-production PA. So, like, if anybody
Oh,
needs
so
me
anybody's
technically,
okay.
but like, I am mostly just working for her to do the stuff that she needs.
Now, is this company like a post-production company,
I think they do
or
everything.
do they do everything?
I
Okay,
think they do everything. Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah. I don't know how. So, I'm not gonna get into that.
No, don't even worry about it.
But yeah. So, I mean, it's just that I have to go into the office on Monday, so I have to fucking learn how to get down there. And I think you guys are gonna fucking maybe come with me. On
If
Sunday.
I'm around,
make
for
a
sure.
day out of it.
We can make a day out of it
I
for
might
sure.
be busy on Sunday.
I'm around.
We'll see.
Let's see what's
You guys
going
don't
on.
want to come hang out, don't you?
No, I legit might be busy.
I see how it is.
If you
Yeah,
guys can
fuck
see
you,
this
Mike.
in real
Yeah,
time,
fuck you, Mike.
we are literally trying to avoid hanging out with Mike.
I
real time.
actively constantly try to avoid hanging out with Mike.
We can go get
This
ramen.
is an obligation.
We can go get ramen.
We could go get ramen.
Fuck
Yeah,
you,
we
bro-
could go get
fuck you,
ramen.
bro, ramen.
But like
All
literally,
right.
it's
Yeah,
probably so
alright.
easy to do.
I'm still not sure.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's literally like so easy to do. You just probably take what the
Oh
A
yeah,
all
I
the
mean
way down.
it's gonna be. I mean, my town literally has a train into fucking Secaucus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
into Secaucus. I just take that, then get on the fucking train down to
Penn.
Down. Well, no, I wouldn't go to Penn. I'd go.
Well, Secaucus only goes
I take the line.
Yeah.
the path.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Ah,
whatever.
okay.
But it literally
Oh, yeah, 'cause
takes
that gets you
big
off of World
down to.
Trade.
It takes you down to. Yeah, it takes you
Yeah.
down to World Trade. Then I have to block like 4 blocks or some
And they
shit.
go, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, no.
It's a long commute though, but it's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's better than driving. You know how much money it would cost fucking driving
No,
there?
I mean, just driving in Manhattan in general.
Yeah,
is just
plus technically
fucking
my
terrible.
job covers expense. Well, I mean, it's pre-tax expense. So like they don't
So they'll
don't
cover
give
the
me
base
money.
ticket.
Yeah, they don't give me money.
Yeah.
They out of my paycheck take a certain amount pre-tax out that then pays for it. So it's like
So
I'm
you're
still
still
paying for it, but it's
yeah.
minus tax.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're still getting the money back in a way.
Yeah, like it's another way to do it, without having to pay people to do it.
Yeah.
Now, an important distinction is: are you a freelancer, or do they actually bring you on as an employee? Because
don't
I feel like a
really
lot of companies.
know.
I feel like because you should find that out because I feel like a lot of companies do that where they try to like trick you. Because the last job I worked at, they were like, yeah, you're coming on as an intern, but you're also, but they didn't tell me that I was a freelancer until like 3 months into the job. So they were like, by the way, you're not getting, a W-2, you're not getting 401k, you're not getting any benefits. Like, We're just giving you a flat rate,
No,
and
I
you're
think
getting that every week.
I think I'm getting benefits and stuff.
Okay.
I'm still under my dad's, and my dad's is better than whatever anyone would be offering me.
Right.
So I'm still on that.
Yeah.
But
Just make sure, because then you got to do like a whole different tax bracket.
well,
like
I
when
mean,
you're,
like I'm on till the next job, till this is over, and like they were like it's full time, but you're also kind of it was weird. I don't remember.
well, yeah, no,
exactly,
that
but
makes
yeah.
sense. It's full time, but it's a certain amount of full
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You're contracted.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically.
That makes sense.
I don't know. This is really probably not interesting to anybody that's listening. How long have we been talking?
10 minutes.
We should
10
probably
minutes.
switch topics.
Hey, no, this is interesting to somebody who wants to be in the film industry, I guess.
Yeah. Hey,
Just-
man.
hey,
just
look,
get your
look.
fucking foot in the
Your
door.
advice, yeah. Here's your advice if you want to be a filmmaker and you want to work for a company. Make sure that they are very clear in what they're making you do, and also how you're getting paid, and also make sure you get paid. I have multiple people.
Yeah.
I have multiple friends that are like PAs and grips and stuff like that in the city that work on sets that they just forget to pay them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're on
So-
doing shit like that, you got to be fucking
gotta be on top of that shit.
relentless about messaging people.
You absolutely
got
got to be on top
But
of
like,
it.
it's all about. I mean, it sucks because it's like, hey, it's all about who you know. But literally,
Yeah.
I got this job just by working as a PA for something completely different, and one of the people that happened to be like, working that job, I was just like driving them to their car because I was a PA.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what do you do? And they were like, I work post production for X company. I was like, hey, that's cool. I also do post production.
You're trying to sneak in there.
And he was like, oh, cool. If you want to give me a resume, I'll send it out for you. See what you got. And I was like, yeah, okay.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And then hey, 2 weeks later, somebody from his company was like, I mean, hey, you still interested? We'll get a post PA out of you. And I was like, yes, please.
That rocks.
So like literally, sometimes it's just asking the right questions to the random fucking people you're around.
That's the thing. Like this business is like the most rife with nepotism and stuff like that, because you'll see it all over the place. That the film industry is all nepotism. Like no matter who it.
Keep talking.
Michael.
Oh, hey, silence your phone. Silence your phone. Who doesn't silence his phone?
It was the laptop.
Thought we couldn't do
Nobody
that.
said silence the laptop.
Who didn't silence
Who?
their electronic
Who said-
devices, Michael?
Also, anyway, keep talking. 'cause
Who
I'm
said we
also gonna
couldn't-
grab a root beer?
Who said we couldn't do this without him?
Who said we couldn't do this without him?
Um,
Mike did. Mike said we couldn't do this without him. But anyway,
So how's that?
like I was saying, this business is filled to the brim with nepotism and stuff like that. And it
Yeah.
really is who you know. Like a lot of jobs aren't like that, and a lot of jobs are like that. But this one is especially the case. I mean, you'll see it in literally every facet of the industry. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is who you know. Like how I got my job was, or my old job was, my mom met somebody at a party, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, give me your son's resume," and then that happened. And then how I got this current job is that woman quit the company and then was like, "Hey, do you need a job? I work for this other company, and we need a PA." And I was like, "Yes, I would love a job." And this is after I got laid off. So it really, I mean, literally
Oh,
every
you got
one of my
laid?
jobs.
Nice.
Anyways,
Every one of my jobs has been because of who I knew. And I mean, it sucks to say. I wish I could have gotten it like of my own volition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it feels nice to earn your work.
no, I feel
You
you.
know?
Like if I knew that this industry was as much like this before, I don't know if I would have ended up going into it, because
For
I
sure.
hate shit like that. I want to just like do work and be like, here is proof that I can do work.
Yeah,
Give me job.
absolutely.
No, I knew that going in. I literally couldn't see myself doing anything else, mostly because I was like, literally, purely how I based going into this industry. Because, like, you're going through fucking high school, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And
Yeah.
for, like, a while there, I was like, maybe I'll be, like, an engineer. Like, I like taking stuff apart and putting them back together. And then I was
that's
like,
not really what engineering is.
well, I mean, that could be something.
I
Like,
guess
like
mechanical
learning
is
how to,
kind of,
like,
right?
build
Yeah.
shit, understanding how something works, and then
No, because it was like I like
building
that stuff.
something new.
And then when I was like, I like that. Is that engineering? And someone was like, okay, here's high level math courses. Look at this, and it's like, oh,
Right,
that's
which,
not what
which
this
is why I
see.
didn't keep going with that.
Like a bane of my existence.
But
Numbers.
like, literally, it was purely based on like different classes that I would take. I didn't want to write like essays or like or other stuff like that. So I would ask my teacher because I thought it would be easier to make like a video. And so I was like, what if I make like a short film or a short movie and use that as like my project instead of an essay, because fuck writing. And some of them were like, yeah, okay. Very few of them, but like but some of them were okay enough to be like, yeah, sure. And I realized that I could sit in front of my computer for like hours on end just editing, and I was like, okay, well, I can do that without hating my life. So maybe I'll go to school for that. See if I like that.
Yeah.
Purely only based on that, like using iMovie as my fucking editing software. And and so then I went to the community college by us and was like for the 2 years, and I was like, all right, I'll go for film and see if I fucking hate it or not. Like
Yeah.
I was basing it off of the college. So then I went and was like, okay, well, 2 years have gone by. I don't hate it still, so I guess I'm doubling down. And I went to fucking school for film, and then I was like, all right, I guess this is what I'm doing with my life. I mean, who knows? Some people fucking switch careers mid-go
I mean,
once
you're
they
still.
finally
I
get
mean,
in
we're all
there,
still
but
young in the world.
yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
early, but like, I mean, I guess in my sense, like how I got into it was I had like a more, I guess, I don't know, traditional way of getting into it. Like I was always into movies and stuff. Like I would go to the movie theaters all the time, see like every movie that came out, and then just I was the kid that like sat in front of the TV really close, like looking up, like in awe, like And then 2011 rolled around when we were all in high school, and I was like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do with my life? And then I saw
2011 was high school.
2011 was high school,
Yeah.
dude. 10 years ago.
Fucking
Crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Crazy. But yeah, and then I saw a few movies that really
Oh yeah, keep going. It does
Okay.
that.
And then I saw a few movies that kind of influenced me, like extensively, really. And they were like the reason. They were like I finished those movies and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do with my life. If I can make something that is like a fraction as good as that, I'll be content with who I am and like what I'm doing. And those movies were Drive and Blade Runner. But I watched those movies and I was just like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do with my life. And then all throughout high school, I took every film class I could, and I went
Oh,
to
you guys had
film
film
school.
classes?
We had TV production, which was essentially just like
My school sucked.
it was
Apparently.
essentially just
Your
that.
school did suck, yeah.
We didn't have any of that shit. Our side programs were strictly art, band, and woodshop.
To be fair,
That was all we had.
to be fair, we had those classes. I couldn't get in.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Woodshop was literally all I did the entirety of high school.
Oh,
'cause
God, I
I
hated
did a
Woodshop.
couple. Oh, I
Oh,
loved
fucking
Woodshop.
love
Hated
Woodshop.
Not
Loved
for
it.
me.
Good class. Learned a lot of stuff in that class that
I'm
I
sure.
really was
Didn't
happy
finish
to
my
learn.
senior project at my woodshop
Oh,
until
it's-
fucking last year.
Oh,
Summer.
it's cool. I didn't either. I was trying to build a
Last
guitar.
year.
Oh, okay. So me and my friend were making a poker table. I think I've said this story on the podcast before.
That was your high school. That was high school.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to
We
say, how
got
did you get
we got a
graded
good
for that?
amount done, and it was just so much because it's all angles. It's a fucking octagon.
Yeah.
So like it just took so long to get it going that like our teacher was like, "Look, you guys put a fuck ton of work into this. Like, it's not finished, but like, you did a lot of it. So like, yeah, you get an A. And then it was just sitting in my fucking shed for years. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking
Quarantining?
finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then so during
I thought you
quarantine,
meant like
did
you
it.
turned it in, like 10 years later. I was like,
Yeah, I walked up.
I was like, what the fuck?
I
me
drove up
my
to my
A.
school and was
Like,
like,
what?
Here's my fucking.
The guy's like retired, like living in Miami, or like show up to his door with a fucking octagon, just like, here it is. Like,
Yeah.
but-
No, I did not do that. I just.
that's what I thought you meant. I was like,
No.
Jesus Christ, what dedication, dude.
Anyway,
But
woodshop was great.
I
So-
don't know. It wasn't for me. Plus, I had a really creepy teacher. There was this one girl.
All
in our-
woodshop teachers are creepy. They're creepy
they?
or they're
Nah.
cool.
Mine,
Oh, yeah,
mine,
cool.
was, mine was great.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was creepy. My dude, my guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but there was a girl in our class, who had a very rotund tuchus, and
Who the fuck says that? You know, like I'm not surprised because it's you, but like.
she had a rotund tuchus, dude.
Rotund tuchus.
Looked like the freaking Sydney Opera House, bro.
The ass was fat.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Her ass was fat,
That's all
dog.
you gotta say.
yeah. But she was also in 8th grade, so I'm not gonna sit here and say like an 8th grader's
Okay,
ass was
well,
fat.
back when you were in 8th grade.
Back
you
when I was
thought
in 8th
that.
grade, yeah, she's my age.
Yeah.
She's currently
I'm
our
24.
age,
Yeah, I'm 24. So there's that. But yeah, so this girl had a rotund tuchus. She had some sawdust on her rotund tuchus, and everybody was like, hey, you got sawdust on your ass. But nobody did anything about it, right? So they were just like, oh yeah, it just gave all the people in class an excuse to stare at her ass, apparently.
Okay.
So I'm not saying I was involved in that. I'm just saying this is what happened. So eventually the teacher comes over and he's like, oh, blank, you have some sawdust on your tuchus, and then starts like going like that on her ass.
Oh.
And we were like, what the fuck?
Oh, that don't fly.
Like
no
you
more.
can't do that.
Mm-mm.
Was she super creeped out by it too?
I don't remember. All I remember was that somebody was making a big deal that she had sawdust on her ass because I guess she sat in a pile of sawdust or some shit. I don't know, but and then the teacher went, and then the teacher saw like the scene, I guess, because you're in 8th grade, you make a big deal out of fucking everything, right? So I guess the 8th grade, the guy saw the scene and was like, oh, we can't have this now. So he just went over and went like right in her ass. Like instead of just being like, hey, you got some sawdust on your ass, maybe like step out of the room and just give yourself a little shake or something, or like I don't know, like here's like a duster or some shit. Nah, dude,
okay.
man's really just went like that.
On this-
You know what my brain went to first though?
What?
Was that he got like a fucking brush and just went like that?
No, not one bit.
I was
It
like, would that have
it was
been
all
weirder?
palm action,
Or
dude.
would that have been weirder? Or
On this
All
episode
palm
of
action, dog.
Vaguely Anime, we talk about crimes.
Yeah, that's true.
How's New World going? You've been playing
How's
that.
New World going? Oh, lordy lord. So Amazon dropped an MMO called New World, where essentially like, it's capitalism in a game, pretty much is the best way I can describe it. It's RuneScape. It's RuneScape.
Yeah, look,
It's RuneScape with better graphics.
Jeff Bezos wants you to see how much fun it is to have everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without
does anyone not think that?
without paying his workers
Yeah.
properly.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's just it's Capitalism Simulator 2021, and it's really fun. I'm really enjoying my time with
Yeah.
it, mostly because, like I said, it just reminds me of classic RuneScape, because like you have all these skills that you have, like woodworking, smithing, mining, fishing, like all that shit, right? Like pretty standard stuff for an MMO. But like, the more you do it, the more the more you do it, the more you level up, obviously. And it's just like in RuneScape, how like the more trees you cut down, the more you level up that skill, blah 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 blah. And it was really cool. Just the way like it reminds me of like all that. And there's like different sections that like kind of relate to RuneScape's, world map. Like there's like a desert area, there's like a forest area, there's like a ocean area.
That's pretty common though.
Yeah, I know it's pretty common.
You keep
like,
saying the RuneScape.
I know this is all like super like in every single MMO ever, but like this one in particular really just reminds me of RuneScape.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm playing it the same way that I played RuneScape back in the day, where like I would just like log on to RuneScape and be like, listen, for the next 3 hours, I'm gonna grind this skill into oblivion, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Where it was just like, I logged on, I mined iron ore for 3 hours, and I went to bed. And now here, I log on, I mine iron ore for an hour and a half, and then I leave. It's like,
isn't that how you play all MMOs?
Yeah, that's like the golden days of me playing World of Warcraft. That was the best.
Never been an MMO person.
so yeah,
Dude.
maybe that's where I'm coming from, because
Yeah.
I've also never really been an MMO person. I've only played like 3 in my life, like RuneScape, Final Fantasy 14, and then like this one.
Is that the one with lightning that everybody hates?
That's 13.
Oh.
We don't need
Yeah.
to talk about 13.
People
right now,
really like 14.
because we'll be here for a while. We don't need to talk about 13.
Yeah, I thought it's a new system that I see games are doing more commonly these days. But like you don't have to have alt characters. You can just train the different skills. So you can like train in like using a sword, so you could be like a warrior type character.
Yeah.
And then you can just switch to like a mage staff and start training to be a mage, so you don't have to make alt characters. Because I know,
Yeah.
for me it was like so annoying. It's like you get your character to max level, it has taken you forever, and it's like, cool, I want to try something else, and then you have to start at level 1, and then you have to just like slowly grind up, and it's like, okay, the first 20 levels are fine, because it's like, yeah, this is the early game, this is good, and then you just have to fucking keep going, and that's when it gets slow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much experience you have with doing that stuff in MMOs, but like that was like how I'd always fall off on making alt characters, because I'd have like half leveled mages and paladins and shamans and shit, and
Right.
then I'd be like, I'm bored, I'm going back to my rogue.
Okay, so I feel like the answer is gonna be no. Actually, yeah, but like, would you say that MMOs kind of feel like Minecraft in terms of like, it's super fun when you start, and then it falls off
We
after you get
were
some
literally
shit
just
set up.
having this conversation the other day, weren't we?
I know we brought up Minecraft in that sense. I'm
No,
just
because
asking
I
if
agreed with you.
MMOs.
Because I agreed with you where there's like a steep fall off.
Yeah, but I think we were only talking about Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm saying
No,
is
yeah,
there
we were
a
only
correlation? Because
So-
it feels like that might
For
be.
me personally,
You
yes.
first.
For me
Okay.
personally, yes.
I feel like most
there
people
is-
are gonna say no, but like.
Yeah, I would
It
say no,
depends.
but please give your reasons first.
Oh, okay.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, people get up to level like
So
100
so
and shit,
for
so.
for me personally with Minecraft, it's a very well constructed game. It's very fun in the moment, especially with friends and stuff like that.
Early game's
But you
the best
hit
game.
like but you hit like a wall at some point where like it's just like you log on and it becomes like a monotonous routine throughout the day. Like, oh, here I got to go to the farm and get all my eggs. I got to go to the other farm and get all my vegetables, and I got to go down to the mine and mine some coal and ore and shit like that. And then I got to go back up, smelt it, go to sleep, repeat.
Minecraft's
like-
like a bell curve. I said this in the chat.
Yeah,
Where,
exactly.
like,
It's a bell
the
curve.
bottom is the like where you had lost the interest of playing it because you hit the late game, and then it goes up to the point of like you're like, I want to play again, and you start the new game, the like early game, and then it starts going down the later into the game you get till it goes
Yeah.
back to the bottom at late game, and it
Yeah.
just starts over again.
Exactly.
And then it's like the early game, it starts building up because you get all the good shit. And it's like, oh, I've got all the shit. Oh, I've got all the shit.
Yeah,
And the thing is too, I feel like with most MMOs, there's just consistent instant gratification, where like every level you get like a fuck ton of things, like new
Instant?
skills.
Instant?
At least in the early game, for sure.
Gonna be grinding 2-3 days to get a new level at certain points.
At certain points, for
Yeah.
sure. But I'm at the point I'm at in the game, it takes like maybe an hour or two to hit a level.
Okay.
So like there is like a lot of gratification. You're unlocking a lot of new things all at once for like the first like maybe 25 levels.
Yeah.
Because once level 25 hits, at least in New World, from what I've read on like the forums and shit, when you hit level 25, then it becomes like, oh shit, you need 400 billion XP to get to the next level, and then also mine this ore, because they also lock different ores behind level caps. So like I need to be level 100 to mine like star ore or whatever the fuck it is. Like
Right. So,
like
all right, so
Moonstone.
Colin, as somebody that played for a fuck ton of Warcraft, would you
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah, so I had a system where I'd play on and off. Like I'd play on in the summers because I could just get fucking addicted to it, and then off during the school year. But so the thing about it is you have to understand, like, it's not that the early game's the fun part; it's the end game is the fun part.
Okay.
With sometimes.
So it's kind of
with the
like
stuff.
D&D.
Yeah, I guess I could see what you're saying there. Yeah, because when you start off, you have like nothing, and a problem with
Yeah.
World of Warcraft that they did fix with the most recent expansion is that sometimes you go like 5 to like 10 levels without getting anything new. So it's just fucking monotonous grinding for
Yeah.
a while. And then there was also the issue of like level 1 to 60 has a certain amount of experience points, and then level 60 to 70 is that same amount of experience points, or it was something around that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But it was just like the fun stuff, the exciting stuff is either you're starting the leveling, you're starting the quests, and you like that part, or you're in the end game. All the in between could just get really boring, and that's how I'd fall off of playing alt characters. And an alt character is when you just make a new character that's a different class. Yeah.
Right. Kind of figured.
Yeah, so I would just like constantly get bored and go back to my max level rogue because I want to do the end game.
Right.
But then I'm like, fuck, I want to play a mage or I want to play a priest.
Yeah.
And that's when you pay for the level boost, $60, and you can get to 10 levels under max.
ugh,
I did that 2 or 3 times.
the whole friggin' game, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
I understand what he's saying. Like if you're already there with one character and you just want to play another character and like you don't want to spend fucking 30 weeks to get to that point again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's steep though.
Because
at least the
no,
pricing is,
100%.
You said
it's,
10 bucks?
No,
60.
60.
Oh, never mind. That's quite
60
a lot.
No,
bucks to get
no, it's
It's $1 a
10 levels
level.
under max.
it was
Essentially,
that
you're
was
paying
at the
for a character
time.
that goes 1 to 80.
Yeah,
No,
at,
yeah,
no,
I
at the
get
time I did it was 1 to 90, and I think max level was 100,
Okay.
or it was 90. It might be straight to max level. I justified it because I just started working like my first real high school job, and I was like, okay, I can do 60, 70 hours of grinding this fucking piece of shit character, or I can do 4 hours of working this job. Or no,
No, I mean,
I wasn't
like, I
making
get
15.
it. Don't get me wrong.
Like
I get
2
it.
days.
Like I would probably feel the same way. Like
yeah.
I mean, my the only way I can relate to that is purely like D&D based.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't pay to get a higher level for that. Actually, my
Just
one,
slip the DM a couple bucks.
it's funny. My one DM did that once, but it wasn't for experience points. It was for money, and it was like, every cent, every penny was like a gold. And so I remember I was just like, here's $5, because we were our party was like flat broke, and he meant it as a joke. Like he said it because I was like, hey, what if we just gave you real world money? And he was like, yeah, well, you know, like a cents a penny or some shit like that. And I was like, here's $5. Actually, I think I might have given him $20.
Fucking microtransactions.
Yeah.
They're really fucking microtransactions.
No, I gave
seeping their
yeah.
way into real life.
No,
Like-
I gave him $5, and I was like, "Here's $5." And he was like, "I was kidding." And I was like, you said you'd do it. I gave you $5." And he was like, "Okay, fuck it. Once I'll allow it." So we were fucking loaded, and it was like awesome. Now we can go buy some shit because we were like high level but no money, and because like he fucked up the math at one point, and so like we weren't getting as much money as we were supposed to, and so that's kind of why he allowed it because he was like, "Oh, I've made the error." So that's why he only really let it go once. And then and then immediately after that, we got the fucking deck of many things, became rich as fuck.
I was gonna make a joke, just like, yeah, slip the DM $10, be like, give me the deck of many things. You know what cards to put on top. For those of you who don't know, the deck of many things is a D&D item in which you.
It's a game ruiner, or well, it's a game ruiner.
It's a
in
game-
either
it's
way
a
of the
game
form,
ruiner.
good or bad.
It just does incredibly crazy things. And what was it? A 21 card deck?
It's based off a tarot card deck.
Oh, okay.
So however many cards is a tarot deck.
I don't remember off the
but
top of my head, but
yeah, it's more bad than good, but
Yeah.
the good is really good.
the good is really good. The bad is very, very bad.
Yeah, like some of that shit's like game ending bad. Like
So,
you
one-
can
one
get
of 'em-
one where like there's some like kind of fun bad ones, like you pull a card and you'll have an angel of death going after you,
yeah.
and only you. But if you if you
It's a-
if
it's
you
like a
could
mirror.
yeah, if
It's
you,
a mirror
If
of
you
you.
could script the party to help you and they attack it, then they all get their own personal ones and have to also fight it. So it's either they let you just deal with it and either you die and it's over, or you win, or they help and then all of them get one of their own personal demons to have to fight.
But then there's a card that's just like, okay, the next time you win an encounter, you just automatically level up.
Yeah, or like you get three. You could pull a wish card, which is the most powerful.
This is Magic the Gathering?
no,
No,
This is D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons has cards?
No. Like it's just
an
an
item.
item in the game.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a artifact. I think it's called. It's like the most powerful magic item. It's just something like some people have it as like they have like their own tarot deck for it. You can pull like a wish card and then you roll a d4 and see how many wishes you get. And like wish is the most powerful thing in the game. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them. It's some crazy shit. I pulled 3 cards at once at one point. I got a sword from the gods. I got a undo, like basically it was like undo anything that happened to you.
But you
and
can
then-
you can do whatever wish you want.
Well, if you pull the wish card.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
So-
when you have a wish.
Yeah.
For the most part, yes, it bends reality to make it work. For the most part, like it depends on how the DM plays the game, because sometimes they could be like they could lessen it a bit. Like sometimes maybe gods are more in like have their hands in more than anything. It's like the gods will be like, that fucking breaks reality. You can't really do that.
Okay.
Like it depends on how the DM wants it. In our game, an NPC pulled the fucking wish card, and he was a barbarian. And he wanted to fight the moon because the moon had power over the water of the tides, and he believed that was challenging his strength. So he wanted to fight the moon.
That rules.
So he pulled the wish card out of the deck of many things, and he got 3 wishes. So he wished to become the moon.
Wait, he wants to fight himself?
No. So he became another moon
Oh.
that was bigger than the other one.
Oh, okay.
we later in the game we figured out how to reach out to that moon, and and we like heard the thought of the moon, and it was just his voice as it rotated going moon the entire time.
All right.
And he wished to become the moon. I think he gave one of our party members their memories back. Because they had like been an amnesiac or something, and then he made a 3rd wish that at the time we didn't know what it was, but it activated when I got to a point of fighting my like character's goal character. He wanted to go fight somebody who was like of legendary renown, and when he went to fight him, we were in like the fucking swamp of like ugliness or whatever. I think it was called the Bone Swamp, but it was like a hideous, ugly place, and the terrain transformed into like a cherry blossom field with like one tree, and like a cherry blossom tree, and it was scried across the entire world, so the entire world saw his fight with this legendary swordsman.
The
and,
rules.
Yeah, and so like, and he won barely. Literally, I had 1 HP left with my last attack, and I managed to knock him out. And so then the whole world knew that I bested this legendary swordsman, and that was like his final wish. And then once I beat him, it like dissipated. It was pretty rad. Granted, that was entirely the DM's choice because he was the fucking NPC controlling him. But like, I gave him props for that fucking thing. I was like, dude, that's fucking rad as shit, dude.
I would love to DM a game.
We've been
Honestly,
trying to, we've been
anyone
trying
can
to
do
get
it,
a game
dude.
going.
Anyone can do it. It's like it's a bit intimidating. Like I did it for these fucks for a bit.
Yeah.
I was not great. I was not a very good DM, but like you learn how you play. Like once we stopped playing, I like looked into more stuff and I realized like how some things I was doing were like a lot less fun and like whatever. And like I've learned how to become like a better DM through that. I haven't run anything since then, just because none of us have fucking time,
Yeah.
and like B, I don't know, I just haven't mostly time, but like it's fun. It's just it takes a lot of prep. Like you can't really
Yeah.
just go into it.
I don't know. I just
blind-faced.
feel like I'm like someone who is really good at making stuff up off the cuff. Like I
Yeah.
obviously know there's like the prep that goes into the campaign and stuff like that, but obviously there's random events.
Yeah,
that
but
happen.
Oh, yeah,
no,
like,
no matter how much prep you do, it's so much random.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
100%. Like everything when I was DMing, I did a lot off the cuff, but it was, I mean, I think any DM will say this. Like you have a general idea, and you have a general idea of how to either get back to that idea with a certain couple courses the party takes, or like variations that kind of work if they go different ways. And then if they just fucking throw the entire thing out the window and be like, they were supposed to walk through this door, and then you had contingencies if they went through the windows, and they decide they're gonna fucking blow the house up and dig a hole in the ground, and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, so you guys do the thing, give me a roll. Yeah, all right, that blows the house up, and you manage to dig that hole. As you're fucking digging that hole, you realize that everyone like. You roll and you're like, oh, everyone thinks you're fucking dead. So what are you gonna do? You're in this hole now. What's your plan here? And they're like, all right, well, we're gonna fucking dig deeper. We think there's some like caves or whatever down there. And you're like, all right, yeah. You keep going, and either you're like, all right, nothing's there. You're like, wow, you fucking stumble upon some caves. Now what's your plan? Like you just kind of make shit up as you go.
Yeah. That's why. So I feel
But
like
you have
I feel
a
like I'm
general
okay at that.
idea.
Yeah.
And like, cause if you go in with nothing, I feel like for the most part, like you need some kind of plan, because otherwise it just feels meandering.
Yeah.
So like because
Hey,
even if
you're essentially writing a story.
yeah, because no matter what way they go, even if it feels like they throw the fucking rules out the window, like you want to make it feel like they're working towards something. So you kind of have to figure out a way to make them lead to something, even if it isn't necessarily what you had planned. Because like maybe they're just not interested in it, or like they're putting it off for a bit, you know, or whatever, or like some other character feels like they start taking a little bit more precedence because they start talking about their fucking backstory or whatever, and then everyone's like, oh, that's interesting, like, oh, you got kicked out of this town, hey, maybe let's go there, like instead we could put my thing off, like whatever. So then it's like, all right, cool, let's try to figure that out, like, you know, it's a lot on the DM, and but like it's still also on the players, because they have to engage with it enough to a point that like you don't feel like it is entirely on you.
For sure.
Which it kind of always is, but like the players will always push the narrative, you know. So like if they're not interested in the narrative you're spinning, they've also got to give you something to be able to work off of.
Exactly. Yeah. If they're checked out, then it's not fun.
Right, because they could just be like, I mean, some people just want to play murder hobos, you know. That is what it is, you know. Some people just want to do that, and like if that's the game you're playing, fine. Like just talk to the DM and be like, hey, you know, we just kind of want to fuck around and murder some people, like whatever. And be like, all right, I'll just fucking give you some quests day to day, like whatever.
I was just trying to be a man of science, you know, just learn, educate myself, have that knowledge for the people, for the future.
Yeah, you were working on that.
Yeah.
You got some stuff. You found some like cool potions and stuff from all the like bosses I was throwing at you.
Yeah.
We didn't really I still am really proud of some of those bosses. I think they needed tweaking, but like I thought they were interesting. The only problem was getting from A to B was, I feel like, a lot more straightforward than I should have made it. Because it was a lot of just feeling like boss rushing.
That was like, I think like my personal problem was it was just kind of boss rush, and I mean like a lot of people like boss rush, and there's a ton of times that I like games that are boss rush, but I felt with D&D I wanted to like kind of explore the world and the characters more, and I also like just going through like some dungeons.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Give me some dungeons that I
Yeah,
gotta
just do a
find my
little
way through. I gotta
raid.
fight a couple of small zombie dudes.
Yeah, like I said, it was very. It was a learning process because like
it was your first time doing that.
Yeah, because like as my first time, I was like I wanted to get really big and creative with it. So like I made a bunch of systems and like this whole world and everything, and like I think a lot of it ended up becoming like convoluted to the point where it didn't really matter and like it was taking away from anything. So like. And that's like my biggest problem is anytime I'm trying to make something, I go like fucking above and beyond, and like it doesn't all work out. Like I made a whole new side magic system thing with the inherent abilities that people have that are kind of like avatar like elements. I kind of made, and like it's interesting, but it doesn't fully work, and it doesn't really lend to anything. So like it ended up feeling like very unnecessary.
Well, it just
But,
sounds
like,
like
I
to
don't
me that like you had good ideas, it's just you didn't cut enough.
Right, that's
Yeah.
my
Like, it
problem.
just
is
sounds
I'm
like-
really good at ideas. I'm not good at the middle ground.
Well, it's not even that. It just feels like you had so many that you didn't know what to cut.
right.
It,
know what I
it,
mean?
it did feel like you were like you had like these good ideas like the different power system. I thought it's like an interesting thing to have an inherent like different type archetype type ability, but then it was like you were focusing on like all the really late game abilities for that, and we're in the early game, and I'm like, yeah, so this ability gives me flashlight,
yeah.
and that's also a spell that my character has, so flashlight. And then it was just kind of like, okay, I'm seeing how this is gonna be cool, but then but I think I mean you also had to fucking herd cats.
Yeah, that was
Like
a
you
bit,
had to herd these fucking cats. Like we weren't like we're being general players. We're being annoying, and you have Kage rolling in sometimes on a skateboard, just like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm here.
Oh yeah, so our buddy Justin, his character. So he didn't make a character. I just let him use one of my old characters, which is fine. Like he was busy, I think. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just give you this. Like, because I've made so many characters through the years that I've either played a lot of or just like made, and then we never got around to playing that campaign or whatever. So like I have a fuck ton of characters. So I was just like, oh yeah, you want to show up for a few sessions? I'll just give you one of my characters. I gave him one. Then so Justin was like, not always around, so I would just figure out ways for him to like fuck off.
I do like how it was like canonically we would just be doing something, he's been gone, and he just appears on a skateboard.
100%.
So
What the fuck is up, gamers? The way I described it was that because all his character did was smoke weed. That was all his character did. That was
he
even
just
when
smokes
Justin
weed.
was here. That was all the character did. It did not add anything. I love you, Justin, but you did not add anything to that fucking.
No, I do like how one time we got in trouble because it was like, what are they shipping on the ship? It's like, oh, there's like this, herbs and stuff. I smoke all their weed, and then we had to like apologize to the ship captain, and somebody had to use a spell to grow him more weed, and we had to be like, here's the hemp that we ruined, sorry about that.
Yeah, Justin smoked an entire barrel's worth of weed, and so I forgot about that. But yeah, so canonically, you ever watch American Dad?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay. Well, there's a scene
that show.
where Roger is on a skateboard, and he needs to go find, and the daughter of the main character like elopes with her boyfriend, and they're like disappearing. So the dad puts like a huge bounty on them, and so Roger's like, I'll find them
Because they're
So he-
stoners.
Yeah, they're stoners. So he's like, I gotta be a stoner. So he gets on a skateboard and just does a fuck ton of drugs. And so he just pushes the skateboard, starts riding. In the background's like the fucking kaleidoscope thing, and different things passed by him. And like 5 seconds goes by, and then like the screen fades away, and he's like skateboarding on a fucking beach in like the Galapagos or some shit. And he's like, oh hey, there you are.
Yeah, great joke. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
joke.
so that was how like Kage got around, is he would just do a fuck ton of drugs, skateboard away into nothing, and
Yeah,
then
to
come back
find
in.
out. Yeah, just teleports and shit.
I did really like that you let me be a necromancer.
Yeah, 100%. Like I because so many people are like, nah, necromancers are fucking evil, man, and like that's it.
You were pushing them to be like, does anybody have a problem with the fact that he's executing people to raise as zombies? And everyone's like, nah.
Yeah, because like I mean, like I was 100% fine with you doing it, but like some of them had backstories that felt like they would have gave a shit. So I was like, hey, he's killing it. He's just executing these people and fucking raising them back to. Didn't you fucking kill some dude? And he was just trying to get back to his wife, and you were like, oh, hold on, and brought his wife and daughter back to life, and then
It was
came
not the
back?
daughter. It was not
Oh,
the
okay.
daughter. All right, so let me.
Colin, you okay?
I
Psychopath.
raised a zombie because that was my character's goal, was to make zombies. That's what I want. I wanted to play a necromancer.
Yeah.
And I raised this
yeah.
zombie, and I'm like, dope, awesome. And we get like attacked by bandits, and then Mike's like, oh, that's his wife. That's one of the bandits' wife. And we had them like tied up. We had defeated them, and we had them like restrained and tied up. And then the guy realizes that I have killed and raised his wife as a zombie. She attacked me first. It was self-defense. And then I'm like, well, I don't want this guy like coming after me. I gotta
The
nip
guy
this
was
in
like
the bud.
crying. He
He's
was
yeah.
hysterical.
So Mike's like, he's crying, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna come kill me. So I just like,
He just
real
slit
quick,
his throat.
I just slit his throat, and I was like, cool. Now I got 2 zombies, and Mike was like, does anybody have a problem with him executing this guy? I'm like, I'm protecting us. And Mike was like, he wasn't gonna kill you. He was just crying. I was like, I thought he was gonna.
Oh my fucking God.
Because like
But then I had-
it was
So dark.
sitting- yeah,
But then I had-
literally I was like, because that was the thing where I was like, okay, 100% be a necromancer, awesome. But I was like, nobody takes issue with this man executing this guy just crying because his wife was brought back as a zombie, and they're like, nah. It's like, okay.
You all are a bunch of psychopaths. Jesus Christ.
I just wanted a zombie to hold my things, and then I had 3.
Yeah.
You did. I don't remember what the third one was. But just
It was Megumin, Chives, and I think I named the husband something insulting. He died.
Yeah. Oh
Chives
yeah. Right.
died too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
there
one
were-
made it back? Was it?
It was Megumin, like, because I remember, because you were like, I have to roll to see if they were gonna actually, because I got separated from them in some city underground. We're getting attacked by fucking what are they called?
You were being attacked by fucking drow.
By
You were going
drow.
through a drow city, and you sent the 3 of them off to make distractions
Yeah.
to try to lead the drow away from you.
Because we're stuck in the city underground, almost dead. We're like, oh my god, we have to fucking get out of here. So I was like, zombies, come back to me. And the only one that came back, Megumin.
Literally, so they fought the boss, and they were like about to like teleport out, and I was like, oh, I should roll to see if any of the zombies make it. And so I rolled a percentile for all 3, and it was like, I want to say it was like an 80 or 90% chance that they fail or something like. I think it was like
Yeah,
a
it was
10%
low.
chance that they fucking lived because they're slow. They have nothing to do. Their sole task was just to make a distraction, nothing else. They weren't even really told to return. But I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a roll. So I rolled 3. 2 of them are fucking dead. And then fucking literally by chance, Megumin happened to get a fucking like 98 or something. And I was like, wow, okay. So then I was like, okay, well, let's see. If it finishes the task, because like I think the boss was like controlling the drow or something. I don't remember exactly, but like they stopped chasing it. So I was like, I guess it completes the task. Would it go back to him? And I was like, yeah, I guess that's what's controlling it. It would go back. And so I was timing it, and I was seeing how long it would take for the zombie to get back. And it happened to get there before they fucking left by chance. They could have totally left, and it would have just got there and been like, and then disappeared because the magic would have went away.
Yeah.
And by chance, like the fucking teleportation spell or whatever started activating, and it fucking shuffled in. And Colin's character's like, Megumin, you lived! And it fucking shuffled up, and they teleported away. And I was like,
Cannot believe you people.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
It's awesome.
yeah, I definitely would love to DM again, but none of us have the time, and I like to think I'd do better now, and but I'm still really proud of those bosses. I think they needed tweaking because some of them were kind of fucking stupid.
So like the thing is, the bosses were cool, the mechanics were cool. They were fucking hard. Like we were we were barely surviving, if even sometimes somebody did die once on the first boss fight.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
that was
mean, but that was
mostly
kinda-
player.
that was
mostly
yeah,
player error.
It was.
Kirsten may have accidentally murdered Alex with a grenade.
Yeah.
When we had the victory, and she's like, "I need dramatic effect."
Yeah.
And let me tell you, dramatic effect, worth it, beautiful. Alex was in range. Mike showed us mercy and gave us a fair way to resurrect him.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, because it was. I think it was
too
also
early.
because Alex did something right, and it activated like a trap. Didn't it
May-
also?
maybe?
I think it was like a tandem thing, and he just fucking died. And I was like, all right, well, that fucking sucks. I was like, so I'll give him a way out. But I was also like, oh, that kind of works in favor of one thing, because I had this idea for like an enemy later on that would have been that like we're never gonna fucking play that game again. So I had an interesting idea based off of ReZero. I was going to I had made a monster like it was gonna be like the main bad guy's like one of his generals or whatever. It was gonna be based off of Sloth with like the fucking invisible arms.
Oh yeah.
And he would have the invisible arms, and you could only see them if you had died.
Oh, so only Alex would be able to see.
Alex. I mean, you could have died before you ever got to them, but like at that point, only Alex would have been able to see them and be able to help you guys fight him.
But my zombies would have been fucking baller in that fight.
Yeah, but they can't talk.
They can communicate with me. I know what they mean. When Megumi goes, I know what she means.
But yes.
When Chive said, I knew what he meant. When Bitch Tits, the third one, was like, I knew he was crying about his bitch wife.
But yeah, so
I hate it here.
So yeah, I had that whole like had that whole idea planned out, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. At least like that works out. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, those bosses were supposed to be very hard. And like I'm very proud with how I thought up of them, because they had layer actions, they had their like legendary like turn actions. So something happened on round 20, or initiative count 20. Something happened on initiative count 10.
And like the maps for
0.
fighting them were designed properly and very well. Like there's the time we were fighting it was like a Kraken type kind of creature. And there was like all the pillars that we had to hide behind when it was doing like arm attack. It was like arm attacks or something. I'm blanking.
Oh, that was the final boss, the archer lady who could blink around. She had attacks
Oh,
that would, like arrow range,
yeah,
and rain
dude.
down arrows.
So she was a bitch.
Yeah, I think on like initiative count 20, she would shoot an arrow into the air, and it would rain arrows in a certain area, and they would have to like get behind stuff or hide under stuff. And so they had to like do their attacks and think about where they're placing themselves at the end of their turn, because this would happen every roundabout.
Yeah.
And then there would be like on initiative count 10, I think she had like a 15-foot wide like straight attack that would go through like to the end of the thing, stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really good mechanics and ideas. It just needed a tiny bit of tweaking.
Yeah, definitely my biggest problem was like populating the world.
That's a fucking hard one though. Like you have to make a world that we can see with just your words, and you have to do a lot of it off the top of your head, because we're just gonna pull you in random directions. Like you were like, here's the city, here's where you need to go, here's how you get out. These are a couple shops, and I'm like, okay, where's the mage quarters? I need my necromancy items. And you're like,
I mean, because
you see this one right here. I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right, yeah, Wiz is there. Go.
Yeah, because I would either design these cities, or I would find like maps online and then try to like make them my own, like take ideas from them. And so I designed the Drow city you guys were in, and like you were kind of supposed to sneak around because they were being controlled, and you guys failed the stealth check or something.
So quickly we failed stealth.
So quickly. That's why you had all of them chasing them. And then I designed that city. I designed like the little hub world that you guys could get back to, and then one other one. I think the village that you guys went up to when you were going to go fight the like ice monster, that was like populated by the yokai, the like custom class that I made for Eamon, because he wanted to be
Oni.
Yeah, an Oni. Right. Yeah. He wanted to be an Oni, so I like made a custom race and like made this thing. I still really like them. They're still. Some of them are still slightly overpowered, but
yeah, having 4 arms gets a little overpowered, but it was a good system, and it's a really interesting character.
Yeah, I mean, I made one based off of every color that like an Oni could be, and I made different like abilities and stuff. So like brown Oni could have 4 arms, and that would change the way that they could do stuff. It like gave them and they were like a bit more based in strength. Or you could be like a red Oni and have like a fire based system and stuff like that, water and everything. Yeah, they're a bit overpowered, but like not crazy, honestly. It just will take like a few adjustments to make them work, but and also it depends on how you rule them. Like I could have definitely been a bit more stricter on the 4 arms thing, but like also it depends on your players. Like I thought it would be like yeah, like Eamon's character was pretty fucking strong, but like he was having fun with it. So
Yeah,
I was like, whatever.
No, I never felt like, oh, god damn, this guy's doing so much better than me. I was like, oh, this is fun.
Right, like because sure, like especially with the way I played it, and I wish I was better at it all the time because weirdly I would try to like stick to rules for some things and then not some others. Like I think it's more fun to just kind of go loose with it than trying to be specific.
Yeah.
Because the few times I did go specific afterwards, I was like, why the fuck did I do that? Like that made it less fun. Like when Kirsten tried to make that grappling hook thing.
Yeah.
And I like weirdly decided like rules lawyer that, and I was like, and then afterwards I was like, why the fuck did I do that? Like just let her do it. Like give her a roll, see if she fucking succeeded, and if she didn't, she didn't. Like, and I weirdly made that kind of hard. But like I think that just comes with playing more often, running a game more often, like to figure out where you should be more strict and where you shouldn't be. And like it was constantly a learning curve. And like at one point I brought my friend from Texas in, and who he was playing with you guys. He was helping you guys heal because you didn't have any really healers.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was playing online while we
Yeah.
were in person. That was a little. Yeah, it was fun though, because he was just like extra support.
Yeah, and he also was like helping me figure out how to like balance it a bit better because he was part of the people that I played with for like years when I was in college. But yeah, I mean D&D's fucking fun, man. Like if you want to run, I say go for it. Like I have fucking books, you want to use them, whatever. But like the problem is A, it takes a bit of time. B, you also need every person that you have involved needs to have the time, which seems like none of us fucking have anymore. You're like, you need like 4 hours to get a fucking session going.
You get it done in like 2, just like
2.5, 3,
a lot slower.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how you want to go about it. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to have a fucking one where you're like telling this big ass story, you need time and commitment, which a lot of us don't have currently. But like, if you want to just tell like a quick one-off, like, hey, you're in a tavern, you go talk to this guy, he gives you a mission, you go and you do it, and like it's a one-off, and like you're all level 5 or whatever the fuck, like, easy. You can do that shit in like 3 hours. But also, you got to be smart with it because combat can take forever. Like, it's 3 rounds could take 2 hours.
Yeah.
Depends on how you go about it.
Time and commitment is like why I'm hesitant to get back into MMOs, because I want to try New World, but I was also like waiting on Ashes of Creation. I know I was talking to you about that one. I know it's doing a lot of similar things that that New World's doing. I just think I liked what they were doing a little better, but it sure is still not out.
Yeah. I think it's an alpha, right? I think it's an alpha, a beta?
Let me Google that real quick while we.
Anyway,
keep
let's move on to
talking.
something I can talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get.
A lot of
back to
talking
MMOs.
at me for like an hour.
You played D&D before, haven't you?
I'm kidding. I've only played the one session with Austin, Eamon,
Oh, yeah.
and I think you were there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
me.
us 3.
Yeah, we were
us
trying
4.
to get it going again, but Eamon doesn't want to do, so we needed one
Yeah,
more
yeah,
person.
yeah.
He's at
And
a
we
tabletops.
also-
And I
yeah.
said I might be able to, depending on
It's
when
just
you guys figure it
the time, because like I would love to do it, but like I can't like reasonably commit like a night. Like it would have to be like different nights of the week for me. You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
realistically, you got to find it really, the only way you get it done is if you have a day that you can commit to. Like, that's why
Yeah.
we do the podcast every Thursday. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's the day that we've committed to, and once you fall off that one day you commit to, it fucking becomes impossible.
Yeah, because
Especially with D&D. Because, like, once you lose that day,
then it
it's
spirals.
like over.
Yeah,
It's
spirals.
like missing that one day of going to the gym.
Oh yeah.
Like, you just
For sure.
spiral out, and you're like, and it just never comes back.
Yeah.
It like, because I'm in one campaign right now, and it's purely over Discord. We do it on Saturdays sometimes, but like at least 2 or 3 of us are like religious about being like, what day can we figure out if this Saturday doesn't work? And then like I'm in a text-based one with the same guy who's the DM for the Discord one. And that one's just whenever the fuck we're free, like we'll just message, like, right, it's purely text-based.
For sure.
Just real quick, Ashes of Creation is finished its second alpha, so it's going to have 2 beta runs, and then it will be released. No date.
If it has an open beta, I'd be down to try that.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna. So it's like I'm really excited about this game. It just seems like it's taking them a while to get it out, which, like, I get it. These are really big and complicated games, and I want you to finish the products before pushing it out.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not that fucking company. I'm getting impatient.
It's a vicious cycle, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, there are people. I mean, yeah, you want to make the highest quality game, but then people are also like stark raving mad for your product.
Yeah, like
So you have
like,
to appease both ends.
like I want to make it clear, like finish the game, like take your time, finish the game. I'm
Yeah.
not saying release it now,
Yeah.
like, but it's like ah man, I really want that genre, that flavor of MMO, and
And yeah,
been missing it for years.
and I have a lot of respect for companies that I have a lot of respect for companies who like outright acknowledge that like they have to delay the game by a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if any of you
Hit me
guys
with that yellow card. That didn't do anything.
I don't
If you're gonna hit me with the yellow card, make it mean something.
Look, when I get hit with the yellow card, I'm down there on Ocean Avenue, man.
I don't even get that one.
That's a Monopoly joke, I think. Is that a Monopoly joke?
Really, you didn't get that one?
Guess not. What is it?
Ocean Avenue, the song
Oh,
by the band Yellow
there's
Card.
oh.
No.
Really?
Nope.
Come on.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good one.
My brain went to Electric Avenue, and I was like, I got nothing.
Gonna go down.
No, very
to
different song.
Electric Avenue. But anyway,
We're not gonna sing
I
that.
have a lot of respect for companies who delay their games by like a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
Where they just like own up to it, right?
Halo Infinite.
Not even Halo. Well, yeah, Halo
They
Infinite.
Give
just
them- give them-
delayed it
give
by
them
a
credit.
year.
For
and
sure,
they were
Halo
supposed to come
Infinite.
out with the launch of the Xbox
Yeah.
Series X, and they were
For
like,
sure,
yeah,
but
nah.
that was
I know.
honestly, dude. Like a lot of people were giving him shit for it, but I respect the shit out of
No,
that decision.
yeah.
I really do because we played the open beta, dude.
Oh,
it
so
was so good. It was
They-
so good.
Yeah, wait, home. Why didn't you
definitely
play? Did you
needed
not
that
get
year.
the invite?
No, so you have to do a thing to sign up for the beta invite, and
Yeah.
everybody got in, and I did the thing. Turns out there's 2 steps, and I thought that there was 1 step.
Oof, dude.
Happens to the best of us.
Literally,
Yeah.
so fun.
it was great.
It like
Had a lovely
I
time.
had a blast. That multiplayer was super
Phenomenal.
fucking fun, dude.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
and-
So like, if they didn't take the year, who knows what would
and they're even saying like, oh, we're not releasing Forge on release because it's
They didn't do
It's
that
just
with
not
5
ready.
too, though, right? Wasn't 5's Forge delayed?
I
I think
think it's-
something was delayed, but I
something was
don't
delayed for
remember
five.
exactly.
I thought it was also Forge.
It might
I
have
don't
been.
know.
But like the only thing I am bummed about is that co-op campaign won't be available immediately.
That's
Yeah.
a little. That's
like,
a little bummer.
Because like me and my friends were like, dude, day fucking 1.
Yeah.
We are fucking legendary running this shit.
I said the same thing with my buddy Dylan, and then they announced that, and I was like, oh shit.
I was so bummed. So I mean, I'm gonna go through it now. Like, I probably won't go legendary first off if I'm not doing with
I'll do
co-op.
Nah,
normal or
heroic.
hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do
Heroic.
heroic,
Yeah,
but
heroic.
like, I'll run through it, get all the fucking skulls. That way, all my friends will also do it, and then we're gonna fucking legendary lasso that shit.
Hell
no,
yeah.
no,
Oh, dude,
Hell yeah.
no.
I
I like not
Lasso
wanting to kill
rules.
I
myself.
fucking love lasso. Like, I hate lasso,
The Lasso
but I
sucks, but
love
love
lasso. Me
yeah.
and my friends, dude, hours. We've played every single Halo on lasso.
I'll never forget.
So good.
Never forget doing it on Halo 3.
Oh,
Halo 3 was like the best lasso run.
Halo 3 is the best
Holy
memories.
shit. Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best Halo
3
game.
and Reach. 3
I
and Reach
mean,
had a lot of memories.
I played Reach a lot too.
More
but
so
Halo
with Reach.
3, yeah.
Because
was
I think
me.
Halo 3, I was too young to get Halo 3, but Halo Reach when that came out, I got it day
Oh,
one.
No, I
100%. Because Halo
Made
3 also
so
had
many
the,
memories
had
on
the
Reach.
the campaign had a fuck ton of replayability, but like
Oh yeah.
also custom games made
Yeah.
that game last
No, because
Legendary.
forever.
custom games of Halo 3 was why I bought an Xbox 360 in the first place,
Yeah.
and that was like it was amazing. I consider it still my golden age of gaming
Dude,
because I
late
could just
nights-
hop on. There's like 10 people in different custom game lobbies. You go join one. Oh, what are they playing? Fat Kid. Hell
Kid, Michael
yeah.
Myers.
I
Yeah,
am
dude.
the ice
Rocket-
cream man
Rocket Race.
running over fat kids in my. Am I allowed to sing that?
I have
much?
no idea.
There's
We'll
some-
find out. We'll
But
find
like,
out.
dude, straight up, oh god, fucking loved Halo 3 custom games. Like the, I've never been able to find it again.
Trash
so
Compactor,
bummed. But-
Sky Castle.
Yeah, dude, we went back and played those, right? That was
Yeah.
us. Yeah, that was
I
fucking fun.
don't think we played Sky Castle though.
Oh, maybe that was my other friends.
Dude, Sky Castle was so much fun, and there was
Might
like
have been my
there was
Xbox-
like
my
2 really
Texas
big
friends.
Sky Castle maps, and my friend made one of them.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Sandbox in the upper level part, and
Hmm.
I remember being in the lobby while he was making it, and I was annoying little shit, so I kept like deleting some things as a joke, and then he kicked me from the lobby, and then it was a very successful map, and I was like, yeah, you were right to kick me. I'm a piece of shit.
No,
I'm an annoying kid.
I Halo 3 custom games, man. Like, literally, I remember somebody recreated, the first map from Nocturne on Toten. Is that what it is? Yeah,
Nocturne on Toten, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name for a second. Of like basically that map in oh shit,
was
Foundry?
Was that? Yeah, it was in
Yeah,
3.
Foundry. Yeah, it was in 3 in Foundry. Like you would, like the zombies had to get into mongooses to then get into, like they would warp
Yeah.
into the building basically, and like you had to do certain shit. Like I think it was a modded map because you had to do certain shit to like open up a new area, and then you could buy guns off the wall and shit like that. It was
I don't think it was
awesome.
modded. I think people were just really good at making maps in Halo.
Well, because I remember like you would see the outline of the gun, and then you'd walk up to it, and you'd like have to hit RB to like pick it up, and then it would spawn in, and then you could grab it. But
Yeah.
I thought it costed like points or some shit.
Maybe that
I don't
was a modded, because I remember there was a version I did play on just regular 360 unmodded and stuff that was like that. There was a couple different maps like that. Like, do you remember the Mist map?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that one was so much fun.
There was also like just the simple ones, man. The one I loved, which was I think it's just called the Train. It's on Standout, I believe, or no, the one with the fucking wheel.
Last resort.
Okay.
Last Resort.
Yeah.
And it would just be in the water. Me and my friends from Texas were playing this for like a little while back. And it's like just the fucking like cargo boxes that had the holes in them, and you'd spawn a bunch of people in the boxes, and they're suspended by like teleporters, and there'd be like zombies, and they'd run. They could jump high, and like they had speed, and they had gravity hammers and swords, and they would jump and swing the gravity hammers at the boxes and try, and they would like fucking twist around, and like and you would either fall out and then kill you, and then you get more zombies, or you tried to like so the goal was to stay in them and hope it didn't fucking fall to the ground and like get loose and fall down. Like that shit's just the simplest shit. It was so fun though.
Smear the Pinky, Halo on
Some
Halo.
of those names not very PC.
Hey, Smear the Pinky is the name.
Yeah.
Is the only name it was ever known by.
Sure
was. Halo on Halo.
Yeah. Run, people run.
Yeah. There was
My god.
There was a lot of what was that? It was like 2000.
To be fair, that one's probably not the word you're thinking it was.
No, it's the word I'm thinking of.
Which one? Run?
Yeah, probably not.
Oh.
Probably not what you're thinking.
Probably not what you were thinking.
But like it wasn't like it's not offensive because of the word, really. Well, it kind of is, but like not for whatever. We can't get into this.
No,
but like some of them not very PC.
I mean, yeah, it was a different time, and it was literally on the internet. People are going to put really stupid and offensive shit, and when you're like 12 years old, you're like, I guess this is fine. It's on Halo.
Yeah, when you're a 12-year-old
Yeah.
little fat Cheeto dusted kid, like.
But like, yeah,
You're gonna
dude,
be a-
Halo
you're gonna
3
be an
custom
asshole.
games, fucking incredible. And
Yeah.
I am very excited for Halo Infinite. Like I'm excited at the very least for the multiplayer because that shit was fucking great.
Yeah. that
Like
ruled.
it was so good. I mean they haven't really said anything else about the story since way back when, so I'm still like slightly hesitant on that just from what they've said, but like I'm gonna play it fucking.
They basically
regardless.
remade it.
Maybe.
So
I mean that's a year. I don't know how much you can really
I don't know.
remake.
I'm excited. I mean, Joseph Staten's heading it now. He's the guy who wrote the original 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I
ready
mean,
to rock and roll.
love to hear it.
Yeah, because
I'm ready to rock and roll, dude.
the only thing that like made me very like not very hesitant, but like more hesitant than I originally was like the open world aspect because Halo was a very just linear based story world, like story mode at least. So I was like, open world seems like a.
I don't think it's like
thing.
open world. I think it's just large maps.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I mean, it's not. I'm not like the
They
person
haven't been
that's
very
gonna,
clear.
Yeah,
I'm
not,
just
I'm
waiting.
Not, yeah, I'm not
just
gonna.
waiting.
Yeah, I haven't been like fuck this is not Halo, but like I'm more just like I'm hesitant, but like I'm intrigued.
If anything, the multiplayer will be fun.
100%.
To be
If
fair,
Plus,
what are
that's
you
free, so.
spending 200 hours playing Halo on? Are you spending 200 hours on the campaign? Like no.
Well, probably if I'm doing fucking last.
If it's
time.
a good
if you're
campaign.
doing I mean, if it's a good campaign, I'm playing it 3-4 times
right.
just by myself.
Yeah.
But
100%.
but like I'm there for the custom games. Me personally, I know a lot of people
Who
like
knows
the
if the custom
matchmaking
game
and
is
different
gonna
stuff.
live again?
It
I feel like
will.
it's never been that.
It's got a
strong.
very
never-
healthy
it's never been as
population on
strong as
STC,
3.
though.
Well, Reach was pretty strong.
No,
Reach is
I
strong.
think Reach was like
I don't think it was
is
as
still very strong, but it was definitely like a step down. Like
Mhm.
again, when I was playing Halo 3, I'd have like 10, 20 people on at any given time in different lobbies.
Now this is interesting, right? Because like you guys, because like I missed the Halo 3 hype. Like
so you say
I-
you're too
I was-
young.
I
What do you
missed the
mean?
golden
'Cause you're
age.
older than me.
I was not allowed to play
Oh.
rated M games in
Okay.
2007.
Okay.
How old was I in 2007?
No idea.
11.
11.
I was not allowed to play rated M games. When I, was
No,
11 years
I
old.
got Halo 3
When
and
I
I
was
lost Fable 2 because the
Yeah.
fucking game. Yeah, I've said that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
GameStop guy was
Sorry.
like, "This game is M," and they were like, my mom was like, "Well, then take it out."
You friggin' narc.
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, cool, dude."
I got that when I was 13, and or I was 12 actually, and I do remember like just being. They were like, "Is M rated okay?" I was like, "Look, this is okay. This is just shooty, guys. Is that okay with you?" And they were like, "Yeah, as long as there's not like any sex or weird stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. So I can't play Grand Theft Auto, but I can play fucking Halo, Call of Duty,
dude,
and
Halo is
BioShock.
just Star
Awesome.
Wars.
Agreed, parents. That's fair."
Yeah. How I marketed it when I bought Halo Reach, because Halo Reach came out when I was 14.
I marketed it. Mom,
How I
Dad, here's a
marketed it.
spreadsheet.
Here's my
I
elevator.
have
Here's my
I have
presentation.
A PowerPoint.
Here's my elevator pitch. You know what I said to them? I said, Mom and Dad, you've heard of Halo. It's been around forever. I'm 14 years old. This is just Star Wars with real guns. And they were like, all right, whatever the fuck, I don't care. And I was
Dude,
like, cool.
if I went
Bye.
if I went to my parents, like, you've heard of Halo, they would have been like, no, we haven't.
No, yeah. No, my mom and dad knew Halo because they remembered specifically like in 2001 when it was fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And no, 2004, I mean, when Halo 2 was fucking
Yeah.
everywhere.
I
So
mean,
they were like, "Oh yeah, that game. It's the green guy, right? It's the green guy with like the thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, nah."
it's weird because I don't think most people give a shit, but like I'm so curious to see if the story mode includes the Halo Wars people.
It is.
We don't
The
know
Banished.
that. No, not the Banished. The people. The fucking the
Oh,
people
like
in
the
the Spirit of
Spartans?
Fire.
Spartans?
Yeah, like Captain Cutter and shit. Because
I don't give a fuck.
I 100% do. I love Halo Wars so much. Minus Halo 3, it is they are my favorite Halo games. I love them so much, and I hate RTSs.
I really liked Halo Wars 1. I
I-
really liked the first one.
I
Halo
like
Wars
RTS.
2 was less.
Didn't like Halo Wars.
Halo Wars 2 was
for everyone.
less as fun, but like the story was still great.
Mhm. I gotta play
And
it.
they're still fucking gorgeous to look at because Blur did the cutscenes, and oh my god.
God, I got so much time for Blur.
And
So much time for Blur.
I really want them to show up. I don't think they will, but I mean,
You never know.
so based on Halo Wars 2's story mode, I guess spoilers if anyone hasn't played it. Did you
Hi.
cut yourself?
I'm gonna play it.
Are you?
No, I didn't cut myself. But yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Oh,
I have Games Pass. I can play it.
all right.
Don't spoil it, please.
I didn't realize you were gonna play it.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Well, I kind of have to, right? Because they're gonna show up in Infinite.
I mean, you don't have to. I don't think they really
Well, I
are
don't know.
counting
Well,
on
we don't
people
know.
playing it.
We don't know.
No, but like I don't think they're gonna count on people playing Halo Wars 2 for the story to make sense. You know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense, but like that little flavor text.
yeah.
I have no idea who the Banished are, so it'll be nice to learn who they are.
I hope the people on the Spirit of Fire show up. That'd be fucking rad,
I think
dude.
it'd be very cool.
Uh,
Just kidding. I'm not gonna go back on my position. I don't give a fuck who they are.
no, I do, dude. Red Team is great. Spartan Red Team.
I'm more of a
I
fan
honestly
of.
don't
I'm more of a
remember.
fan of the blue team. They really defend Blood
Which
Gulch.
one was Which one was Osiris? Is that Lox or?
Yeah, they're not. They're Spartan 5s.
I don't
4s.
fucking care.
Spartan
Fives.
4s. 5s.
Who?
I watched the
I don't know
playthrough
who
of 5,
Osiris is.
and I just like figure it because I don't own an Xbox.
Have I ever done that elevator pitch on this podcast about how I think they could have improved that?
Halo 5?
Yeah.
No, how?
Did I ever give that on the podcast?
I don't think
No?
so.
Maybe.
Okay, I can do it.
I'm gonna hear it again though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
not-
gonna
okay.
hear
No,
it for the first time.
it's
I know
not-
I'm sure
and
that
I'm fresh out of
No,
beer.
I've definitely said it to you before. I think. Okay, so I think they I always love this comparison. They should have taken a page out of Sonic Adventure 2 Battles book.
Okay.
You've said
this
before.
Strong,
Yeah, you've
strong,
said this.
strong, and bold start.
Yeah. So
Loved that
what
game.
you do is what I think would have been made this story so much better is because the marketing campaign is all about like it was the two sides, right? Is Master Chief a fucking villain or is Locke a fucking asshole? That was the entire marketing campaign. One was like Locke walking up to Master Chief and like fucking pulling a pistol on him. And then one was Locke on the ground and Master Chief doing that, right? So what would have been great for that story was instead of like intermingling them the way they did, was you play the story as one team the whole way through. So you start off as playing as Locke, and that's the story mode you get the entire time. And the entire point of view is Master Chief is fucking gone rogue. He's the villain. He's a bad guy, right? And you play the story mode, and you go through, and like the whole time, Master Chief seems like he's legitimately gone wrong, like gone rogue, like he's bad. And then you get to the end, and you fucking like take down Master Chief, and you bring him in. That's how Locke's story ends. That's over. You unlock Master Chief's story. You play as Master Chief's team the entire way through the thing. You get his side of the story. And this time now you like he's doing the things for a reason, whatever. Locke's now stopping him and like he's the bad guy. You play through that, you get to the end, like you beat the shit out of Locke or whatever, and you do the ending. Then after you do that, you get like a third thing, which is just the real ending. You don't play through the whole game again. It's just the real ending, which is like where they meet up and like explain whatever the fuck happens, and Locke finally like gets it or whatever, however you want to tell that story. And then they both go after Cortana, right? Because that's how that story goes. And like that's the ending where now they're working together. They realize why he did what he did. Master Chief realizes why he's going after him, whatever. And that's the ending. Like, how much more interesting of a game would it have been if the story you start off playing is Master Chief is a bad guy. He's doing wrong. You fucking take him in, and then, oh shit, you get Master Chief's story, and you find out why he's doing it. And then, after that, you get the real ending, which is them working it out. Like, because then you stick to your marketing campaign, because the whole marketing campaign was Master Chief's gone rogue. Like, they didn't commit to it, because you find out in the second mission that he's not really doing anything wrong. So, like, what's the point?
No,
You don't give a shit about Locke.
It was really marketed wrong. Like, it was a very good and interesting marketing strategy, but then it was just like, oh, nobody's the bad guy here. It's just a misunderstanding, like a fucking romance anime. You just gotta talk to each other.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how much more interesting of a story would that have been?
I think
Because they do that in Sonic Adventure 2. That's why I
Personally-
oh yeah, no, like the good and bad and
Yeah.
the choose. Yeah.
How great would that
Here's the
have been?
thing. I really like that idea, and I think that should have been the way that it goes, because yeah, I mean, from that perspective, yeah, I mean, like you have the opportunity there for like a lot of great reveals and like a lot of really heavy moments there. But I think Halo 5's story is fundamentally flawed from the get-go. So any attempt to salvage it is just going to be a moot point.
What is it about the story of 5 that bothers you?
I think 5's story is like so devoid of the things that make Halo good.
Because I have my own complaints, but I want to hear a couple of yours. Because like I want to say overall first, I like Halo 5. It plays well. It was fun. I like the story. I mean, I like the campaign mode. I had fun with it, but it was very different than some of the previous games. And I want to go, please.
So I've never had game
Oh
feel.
wait, do you want?
Yeah, just before you get into your whole detail, I would also like to say that
Go ahead.
when I first played Halo 5, I fucking hated it. And then me and my friend, last year, I think, we went through every Halo game. We played Lasso on all of them. And it made me like 5 a lot more than I originally did, because I fucking hated it. Still do not like 4. Still don't like 4. But I 5, I still like don't love by any means, but like I found myself appreciating it more than I originally did. 4 I liked a bit more, but I still don't like it overall. I think it's still my least favorite Halo. And I know most people put 5 as their least favorite, so like I understand I'm in a minority there, but like replaying it did like make me like 5 more. And the campaign is flawed 100%, but like at least the characters are interesting. Like I like Osiris's team. Laura Bailey is my bae. So like I listen to her. I'm like, yeah, all right, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, I'm like I'm just like, you know what, whatever. You tell me whatever the hell you want. Like, and I wish we got more information about Blue Team, but like, whatever. Like they're cool. I'm intrigued, and they had dropped hints about them for a little while. Like I agree, it's flawed fundamentally, but like I liked their interactions, so like it made it a bit better for me. Anyway. Go in depth about why you think it's.
So I'm going to disagree about everything you just said now.
Let's go.
Okay.
It wouldn't be an opinion that we have if we didn't disagree.
Mike, you and I agree on most things. Just very specific things we disagree on, and we're very passionate about those specific things. So I like I was saying
like we
before,
said, we hate each other. Once this fucking podcast is over, we go to different cars.
we never talk
like,
to we go to different cars. Yeah, I would hope so.
We have different limos. Take us out of here.
Yeah, I put my sunglasses on. Get me out of this shit.
We don't fucking look at each other.
Can confirm. I've seen you go into different cars after every episode.
Yeah. I've also seen that.
So tell me.
Yeah, so Halo 5, like I was saying before, I think is fundamentally flawed from the start, because I think Halo 5 completely just does away with everything that made Halo good to begin with. Because Halo, the core of Halo is the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana. That is the core fundamental thread that brings Halo together, you know, aside from like, you know, gameplay and the way it feels and stuff like that. But narratively, Master Chief and Cortana are at the center of all of their games, right? And that's no more, and that's the most apparent in 4, obviously, because 4 explores the relationship deeper than any other Halo has, in my opinion. But 5, I understand why Chief wants to go after Cortana. Like, that I get. Master Chief's missions in that game are the best, in my opinion. But playing the game as anybody other than Chief is just a slog because they are so generic, one-note, one-dimensional characters.
Oh, Locke is 100%.
Like,
but I don't agree.
Even the rest of them.
What about like 6?
No, Buck, Buck is
um,
fine. Buck is cool. Oh yeah, completely. I
like
completely forgot
6
Buck was in
and
it.
then the ODSTs.
6 in the audience.
Yeah, 6 from Reach.
No,
and
I'm
the
saying in
ODSTs.
5.
talking
I'm
about
saying in
5.
5.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
6. No.
I was gonna be like,
No, the
what are some-
ODSTs. The ODSTs are like the second tier, in like my opinion. Between like if you get like
Between
Cortana in Chief and then the ODST team
and then
in terms
Noble
of like
6?
overall development,
and then Noble 6?
and then 6's team.
Okay.
I think the ODSTs had more to go off of. Halo ODST is a way more emotional game, I think.
It's also just a very
than
different.
Reach. It's also a very different game.
Yeah,
But
for me,
Reach is also
yeah.
very emotional.
For
But
me, Reach and ODST, it's pretty hard to decide between the two because they're both fucking phenomenal
they're so good.
games.
They're so
Nothing,
But I do
but good
agree that
things.
100% Locke is boring.
Yeah.
But Buck
So-
and I'm forgetting her name. And I
and-
feel really bad. But Laura Bailey's character, I think, are both interesting people.
So I disagree because like Halo 5 is also a game that commits like a cardinal sin that any other that like films do this too, TV does this, not really albums, but like any visual medium really does this where they commit the cardinal sin of making you rely on supplementary material to understand the happenings of the main material. Star Wars is like the biggest fucking offender of this because all of these characters that are in Halo 5 have appeared previously before Halo 5 in Halo novels.
Right.
And you get their their characters are already established in these novels and they just were like, "Oh yeah, these guys exist. Let's put them in 5." Right? So unless you have read those novels and unless you have engaged with the supplementary text, you're not going to know who the fuck these people are.
Oh, you're saying
the
for
game-
Blue Team also?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
Frank
I did
and like
feel
all
that
these other
way.
people. And
'Cause-
the only other person that you the player have a connection with besides Chief and Cortana in that game is Buck because we've played as Buck, we've seen Buck, we've spent time with him, and we know who he is as a character, right? So Halo 5 doesn't do a great job of introducing these people and making you care about them.
Also, Frederick's
Cyrus-
Travis Willingham, and I'm all about it.
What?
Frederick's Travis Willingham.
Also,
Oh yeah.
And also, he's the only Spartan that I remember, at least in the lore, that has ever gotten past like the lowest rank, because all Spartans are just the fucking lowest rank in the military. He's
Really?
the only one that's ever gotten a promotion.
Laura,
And he outranks Master Chief, and then when Master Chief came back, he was like, "Okay, John, you can lead it. I'll step down." So he stepped down from leading Blue Team to let Master Chief do it because he's like, "Yo, you're fucking Master Chief."
Yeah, there's like literal the hero of her.
But he outranks Master Chief. He's the only Spartan to ever get a promotion, I think.
That rules.
but
But
Laura Bailey plays Morgan.
Is that her name?
That's her name.
I thought
Morgan.
it was like a Kess or something.
It's Morgan.
I thought it was Linda.
No, that's the other one.
That's the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
also
Linda,
didn't know that was-
Frederick, they've all appeared in supplementary Halo novels. Like they've all appeared, and they brought them over to 5. But 5 doesn't do a good job of acclimating the person who has only played the Halo games to those people, right? So there's that where like there is no reason that we should care about these people, and then the first mission, for instance, like you're just thrown into these people's shoes without giving them you're thrown into these people's shoes without like any like fanfare or introduction or anything to make us like grab these people, right? Like they're literally just attacking a Covenant base.
That sliding down the mountain's pretty fucking
It's
rad.
great. No, don't get me wrong, fucking rules.
That's a pretty
Right?
great
But
intro to Osiris
narratively,
team.
yeah, but narratively, these people are strangers to us, and the game doesn't do a good job of throughout its like 5 or 6 hour long campaign of moving past the we're still strangers.
I will say though that the intro to both campaigns sets up really well visually the difference between how they operate. Because the intro to the Osiris squad for the Spartan 5s or 4s, whatever, is that big, like, they're sliding down the mountain, they're fucking taking all these people out, and then the intro for Blue Team is very making calculations. They open the fucking Pelican door, they shoot out, they're going through space. I forget her name, but I believe it's one of the female Spartans, like, snipes the fucking window a few times. They break into the window. They very efficiently just bam, bam, bam. Everyone sucks out. They activate their boots and everything. There's like, all right, cool, let's move.
Yeah.
Like, flashy to just very tactical. They're fucking Spartan 2s. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I will say that
No,
sets it up very well.
I do enjoy that dichotomy. It's just my main problems are with the handling of the
Oh, I
characters
agree.
and how
Yeah,
how the story progresses. Because at the end of the day, when you finally see Cortana, I fucking hate what they did with Cortana in this game. Because at the end of the day, when you just see Cortana, she just becomes the Prophet of Truth. Like, that's all she is. She's just like the person because Prophet of Truth wanted to spread the Covenant's like fucking weird theological beliefs throughout the galaxy and like control the galaxy. She wants to do the same thing. She's just like, yeah, AI, I want them to all rise up and just control the galaxy. There's no like connective tissue between like not connective tissue, I should say differentiation between the Prophet of Truth and Cortana. She just becomes like a mustache twirling like, hey, your wife is on the train tracks. Like, are you going to be able to get there in time to change the track and move on to the other way? Like, very ragtime 1920s villain. Like, I don't feel that Cortana I don't feel that they set Cortana up enough to have that weird radical shift in her character. Because Cortana in 4 is, I think, her best portrayal. If anybody hasn't realized yet, I think 4's story is the best of the series.
Do you really?
Besides ODSTs? No, I think I like it more than ODSTs.
Really?
If I'm being real.
I mean,
yeah.
Because
I
I,
think it's
really,
good.
I don't really
I think
care about
ODST is absolutely my favorite game based purely on atmosphere, gameplay, and multiplayer alone. Well, maybe not multiplayer because I only had Firefight, but it did come with that fucking rad as hell map pack that had like 20 maps on it, the disc.
Oh yeah, dude,
You know what I'm talking about?
that was
The
sick.
Mythic pack.
Yeah.
The Mythic pack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. ODST is purely my favorite Halo because narratively it's flawless. And atmosphere-wise, it's flawless as well. Its soundtrack, bro, don't even get me started. But
I haven't
4's
loved
story,
that jazz.
I haven't played that in over a decade. I should fucking fix that.
it's
Yeah, one of my
Excellent.
friends did a whole run through with it.
it's
Oh,
I
port it
did
to-
I did want to get
Port it to
recently,
PC.
actually. They did.
Did they?
ODST's in the Master Chief Collection.
It is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
that's how we played it.
We played it?
Not we, but
Oh.
like
Oh, dope. I'm gonna go play
Oh,
ODST.
That's how my
that's how
friends
like,
went and
all of
played
us
it.
played it.
I'm gonna play ODST, guys.
Yeah, dude. But 4 I think does such an incredible job of humanizing Master Chief because Master Chief, right, in the first 3 Halos, like, yeah, he's cool, but he's supposed to be a proxy for the player, right?
He's
He's
fucking Rambo.
He's fucking Rambo. He's supposed to be a proxy for the player. He's supposed to be this unstoppable killing machine that, has a quippy one-liner every once in a while and is very, set in his ways and sturdy and astute, right? But
Sergeant
4
Johnson.
does such a
Permission to give the Covenant their bomb back.
permission to give the Covenant their
Fucking.
bomb
Can I also
back.
talk about like a
Sorry to
Best line
interrupt
in
you,
that game.
but best
Also-
line in the fucking
also
game.
the same in the same game when he teleports onto High Charity and the grunt turns around and sees him and he's like, boo. It's so good. It's so
Love
good.
it.
dude,
Phenomenal.
permission to go snuggy mode.
Sir, going blanky mode.
But can I say one thing that
Let me just finish my
okay,
thought
go
on
ahead.
4 real quick. So in 4, Cortana and Chief's relationship is explored, I think, so flawlessly and so perfectly and flawlessly, same thing. But I think is explored with such nuance and so flawlessly that humanizing Chief, I think, was the best thing that 343 could have done. In all honesty, because I was already sick and tired after 3 games of not connecting with this character, and maybe this is coming from like someone who is most familiar with a medium that heavily relies on its characters, that being film. So maybe that's me not being able to separate that and see them as 2 different entities. But even games nowadays are becoming way more reliant on. I mean, like, you have iconic characters.
I would
you know
agree,
what I mean?
but I think 3 did it better because 3 does the whole thing where she seems like she's going rampant in the hive mind when she's being taken over by Gravemind. I mean, and she's like breaking apart, and he's trying to get her, and then you finally reach her, and she's like falling apart, and she's like, "I'm so sorry," and then you get that moment between them, and I thought that was more powerful than anything they did.
But that's where the thing is. You say that moment. 4 is filled with
But
those
no,
moments.
I don't think 4
Let me-
is as
let me-
good or impactful.
Let me make arguments for 3 here again,
Okay.
because like that was the mission of 3 is saving Cortana.
Yeah.
Like you have to spend that time like that from the second it opens. The second it opens, what do you get? They let me choose, right? That whole line where she's going on about how she chose Chief, and it's
Yeah.
like that was where it really started for me of the connection of these 2 people. And I think that's why like 3
The base blows up, you fall down the fucking train shaft or the elevator shaft, and you get that whole, was I right? Was I wrong? Or was it just luck? Like
Yeah.
that whole thing. Like
Yeah.
that whole game is about that, and I think it does it better than it does
and believe
4
me,
does.
I'm not saying that 3 does it, that 3
Also-
does it poorly, because 3 does it so well. I'm just saying that 3 is more so, I think, a building block to what 4 ended up becoming.
I can see where you're saying with that. Also, 3 is the best one because you get to
3
work,
is the best
because
one.
you get to work with the Arbiter.
Yeah.
But,
And
like,
just the elites
I
in general
just-
joining you is fucking
I-
awesome.
Like, because I know I'm gonna say that, like, ODST is my favorite, so
Yeah.
obviously I think that's the best one. But I know if I say that, like, people are gonna be like, "No, you fucking moron,
Say whatever the fuck you want.
fucking
Say whatever the fuck
moron."
you want.
3
No,
is
see,
3 is
that
the
one
best one.
makes
Reach
more
is the
sense
best
to
one.
me. I just don't like 4. I
don't think 4 is the
think
best
I
one
don't
by a
think it
long
does.
shot.
I don't think it does, and I don't think it tells its story as well as even 3 does. I think 3 does it. It's simpler and better.
I think
All
each
right.
individual Halo game has like the best that they've ever
I
done.
also
You know what I mean?
This is not
Yeah.
an unpopular thought, I don't think, but I also really don't like Master Chief's redesign in 3 and 4. His armor is so
In
weirdly
3?
Sorry, 4 and 5.
Oh,
It's so
No, the armor
weirdly
in 4 is so
bulky.
bad.
it's
like-
not as good.
Oh, it's
And
so
like
not as
bad.
good.
when he's in that fight with Locke, and it just looks like an old people just fucking swinging.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this armor looks like shit. It doesn't.
No.
It looks so bulky. It
4's
doesn't
armor
make
looks
any
like dog
fucking
shit.
sense.
It peaked at 3.
Well, and they're going
No,
back
dude,
to it. Thank God.
Infinite's armor looks awesome.
'Cause they're
No, it
going
looks
back.
great.
His
It's all
armor,
about
his
it.
Chief's armor in Infinite looks amazing.
All right, final
But
thoughts.
yeah, go ahead.
Favorite Halo game.
3.
Favorite Halo game.
ODST.
3.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
And I'm super excited for him.
Which I mean, ODST is pretty much a
No,
glorified
it's-
expansion pack. For
It's a
3,
glorified
so.
expansion pack
yeah,
for 3, and
I
it's
mean-
also top 3.
Yeah.
So would you be able to count? I guess
3.
3 and ODST as one game because they happen in tandem.
Well, weren't they supposed to be?
They happen in tandem.
Wasn't that supposed
Yeah.
to be like a DLC or some shit?
It
Yeah.
is kind of like it
They
is
happen
again
at
a
the same time.
glorified
It
DLC.
happens after. It happens. ODST takes place after the New Mombasa mission in 3.
Yeah.
So they happen kind of in
Dude,
the
if
same
they ever
time.
made an ODST sequel, oh, so bad.
Oh my god, that'd be so tight.
With one of the fucking, I think
They should explore how
think
Mickey becomes a terrorist
yeah.
and kills a bunch of people with a suicide bomb in the middle of New Mombasa.
Sorry?
You guys want to get pissed off for real quick?
I know.
Second?
I know that Rook dies. I know that.
Yeah, Mickey kills Rook.
No, he sacrifices himself. I know that story. He 100% sacrifices himself.
No, I thought Mickey killed Rookie.
No. What happened?
'Cause
Okay, so if you're
Mickey
talking
becomes a
about that,
terrorist.
they set up a bomb, and the plan goes bad. Buck makes a plan, and it goes bad, and they set up all these bombs, and the Covenant are coming in, and Rookie sacrifices himself. He pushes them out of the way and stays to set off the bombs because they have to do it manually, and so he explodes the fucking thing, killing all the Covenant and saving everybody.
Yeah, doesn't Mickey go insane after that and then like
He
strap
goes-
himself with a explosive vest?
He goes insane and becomes a. But I think he loops back to being a good guy. I think they help him.
Alright.
But but he doesn't. Yeah, he did go and save for a while. I think he went anti UNSC for a bit. I do think that's right.
Okay.
I think he was on like a resistance or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because that's part of the reason why Buck like stops being a leader or whatever, because Rookie dies, and he's like, it's the only character that I think it's like I forget what it is, but it's one of the only characters to like the way that they died or something that like you play, because you play 2 characters, Master Chief and 6 are both hyper lethal vectors, which are the deadliest accommodation that you could get, and only 6 and Master Chief have that. And then 6 dies because of that.
That's such a
the fucking-
tight
yeah,
as fuck
hyper
name.
lethal.
Honestly.
Hyper
So
lethal
cool.
vector.
Especially
It's so tight.
the mission where 6 dies is the fucking
Lone Wolf.
I think
Rules.
that might be one of the best way to conclude a fucking video game.
And I think the best opening is the ODST opening when you fucking
Yeah.
drop pod in.
Yeah, in
dude.
first person.
Oh.
Ugh.
Dude, playing that on PC with like headphones on, lights off, with like sound booming, bro. But I think Halo has a lot of like genuinely artistic moments in it, in terms of like cinematography and just like overall game design too. Like nothing, thinking back on it, nothing gives me chills more than when Lone Wolf starts, the last mission of Reach, and the objective flashes across the screen. It just says survive.
Yeah.
And like it's just, the atmosphere is just filled with dread. Like all the dust is blowing because the Pillar of Autumn just launched, and you're getting Covenant coming at you from every direction. You can barely friggin' see. Like that shit's art, dude.
when when you
incredible.
start getting hit and just the cracks start
and
happening.
the cracks,
yeah.
and the cracks start happening.
And eventually
the
you
helmet
throw the
comes
helmet.
off,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
The most disrespect is Rook getting fucking just killed off screen.
Yeah,
Your main guy, and you're just like, oh, he's just fucking dead, I guess.
dude.
Anyway, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We covered a whole gambit of stuff.
we sure did.
Except like they're all one topic. Like just solitary.
Yeah, is this the
topics,
first
but,
time
like,
we've ever had an episode where we've like stuck to a topic for a long time and then just continue talking about it?
I think that usually happens when we just have three of us.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Anyway.
Let's crosstalk.
Yeah, true. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you are watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know, it helps us out or whatever. If you're listening on any of our streaming services, like we own them. God, that'd be cool.
I'm
That'd be
Mr. Spotify.
Yeah. Don't forget to rate, follow, leave a review on whatever the fuck you can review on. I don't even know anymore. And next week, right, is our anime club where we fucking sadly have to talk about handshakers. Once
Yeah.
again, don't watch that show.
Please don't.
This is probably the only time I'll ever say don't watch it along with us. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're gonna just watch us be really fucking upset for an entire episode. We're trying to be articulate about it. I'm sure at some points we'll just yell at Sage about why the fuck she made us watch it.
Probably.
But
I'm not going to say articulate things. I'm just going to tell you how much
Yeah,
it
I'm just
sucks.
we're
I'm
gonna
going-
try to be articulate about it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be an hour and a half of nothing. And don't forget to check out Kat at Kat the Moonstar on Twitch, and our buddy Anthony here at Super Milkshake.
Before you close, real quick, so by the time I think this episode airs, it'll already be out. But next week in this real time, I will have a new video out.
Trade
so
secrets.
you should check it out. I am talking about my vinyl collection and some very interesting and rare vinyls that I have. So if you're into that, check it out. My link to my channel will be in the description.
Yeah, it sure will be. And funny enough, I think you mentioned that in the episode that is coming out next week.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I technically didn't lie, right? Because I said that it would be out by that time. So
something
yeah.
like that. But anyway, no, I didn't mean that as a bad thing. I just
No.
yeah, but
yeah,
anyway,
no, I didn't. Yeah.
yes. So don't forget to check back in with us next Monday, and hit us up on Twitter or whatever the hell. Talk to us. And yeah, I think that's everything. So hey, thanks for watching us and listening to the three of us fucking boys rant about things we're semi-passionate about. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and see you guys next week for us all to be very mad.
Bye.
See ya.